I play sometimes down on Broadway, and by sometimes I mean 4 times a week or more. And I will not play Rocky Top. You can hand me $100, I'll say keep it. Roll Tide. Sorry about that. Mom, keep it down. Oh boy. Well, it's an honor to be here with you guys. Hope y'all are having a wonderful time. I definitely am. And it's cool to play the Bluebird at the end of the year because we only get like 4 or so songs, and there's so many that I wish I could play for you because I've had a really banner year as a writer this year, and I have a lot of people to thank for that. In this town, it's really important to have somebody that you can consider a mentor when you're just getting started, and I've got one that I'm very lucky to have that we wrote. This is the first song we wrote together. Mr. Jeffrey Steele is one of the biggest and best writers in town, and he's just really been kind to me. And so we wrote this one together. I guess it was this year. It might have been last year. This whole speech might be for nothing, but still. We've written several since then, and that's what it's really all about. But this song is really about getting into this crazy life that we all live, and it's a bit of a disclaimer. It's called Don't Buy a Guitar. Well, he looked like he'd been round the block when he walked in and laid that old Gibson case on the countertop. I was selling strings and wine and chords, a summer job at a music store, and it caught my eye, a J45. He said, son, since I first picked it up, it's been breaking my heart. Don't buy a guitar. With a leathered smile and a gold tooth grin, he said, see this faded ink on my skin? A girl named Sue, my first tattoo. We had a 2-week gig in Amsterdam. I got a little too high and I'll be damned. I spent the night in jail, but she paid my bail. So take my advice, it don't matter how good you are, don't buy a guitar. Unless you want to end up crammed up in a van, jamming Freebird in some cover band for tips in a jar. Don't buy a guitar. Unless you're counting on spending the rest of your life, counting the miles till you get back home just to say goodbye one more time. Unless you're willing to trade the so-called security for the so-called dream of running through hell for that 1 in a million ride on a star. Don't buy a guitar. Well, he held that thing like yesterday. When he gave it to me, he said, all right, son, you play one. So I started picking on a little something I wrote about a girl I knew in Ohio, and I'll be doggone if you wasn't singing along. He said, you're pretty damn good, but if you ain't willing to starve, then don't buy a guitar. Unless you want to end up on the bottom bunk of a big tour bus every night on the stage, feeling the rush. Oh, 50,000 plus, singing along to every single note in the healing power of a song you wrote when you were broke and drunk on hope. Unless you're willing to trade the so-called security for the so-called dream of running through hell for that 1 in a million ride on a star, don't buy a guitar. And I tried to hand it back, but he wouldn't let me. He said there's still a lot of songs in these old strings. And when a woman came up, she said, hey, I know who you are. He smiled at her and winked at me, and they walked out to his car, and he laughed. don't buy a guitar. Yeah, 'cause you're gonna wind up in a cover band with a bad tattoo living on your skin, going places you've never been, see some things you might never see again, making old friends on a road that never ends. Don't buy a guitar.